With America still reeling from the double mass shootings over the weekend, President Trump today met with survivors and first responders in both cities still recovering from the tragedies, Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso, Texas. But before he left, the president answered questions about how he plans to deal with guns and the threat of white supremacy in the United States.
I think there's a great appetite to do something with regard to making sure that mentally unstable, seriously ill people aren't carrying guns.
Mr. President, how concerned are you about the rise in white supremacy, and what do you want to do about it?
I am concerned about the rise of any group of hate. I don't like it. Any group of hate, I am, whether it's white supremacy, whether it's any other kind of supremacy, I am very concerned about it, and I'll do something about it.
Any other kind of supremacy? What other kind of supremacy is Trump concerned about? That's right, we're under threat from white supremacy and the born supremacy. Very confusing plot. So confusing. You know what I find interesting about Donald Trump? I don't think he's ever worn a t-shirt, but also, have you noticed how he seems to go out of his way not to single out white supremacists? He really goes out of his way. After Charlottesville, he was like, well, technically, everyone was being violent. It wasn't just them. And now he's saying he's against white supremacy and other supremacies, even though the FBI specifically warned Americans about white supremacy. He just doesn't want to single them out, which is not very comforting, you know? It's like if your girlfriend asks, baby, do you love me? And your response was, yeah, I love everyone. I love you. I love my mom. I love people. I love our mailman. It's not going to make you feel good. So from what we've seen so far, it doesn't look like Trump is willing to take the lead in pushing for gun regulation or combating white supremacy, which is why the Democratic presidential candidates are using this opportunity to show that they can lead. So let's catch up on everything Dem-related in another installment of World War D. In the days following some of America's deadliest mass shootings, the Democrats have all come out saying why they think they would each be the best leader to stop gun violence. But even though they disagree on who it should be, the one thing they can all agree on is that there's one person who definitely shouldn't be in the White House.
It is very clear that this kind of hate is being legitimized from on high.
Donald Trump is responsible for this. He's responsible because he is stoking fears and hatred and bigotry.
He has based his entire political career on fanning the flames of bigotry and division and hate.
What he has got to understand is that when you have language that is racist, there are mentally unstable people in this country who see that as a sign to do terrible, terrible things.
We're living through a rare moment in this nation's history where our president has more in common with George Wallace than he does with George Washington.
Whoa, that's not fair. Donald Trump has lots in common with George Washington. They both had major beefs with the UK. They both buy their wigs from the same place. Washington chopped down a cherry tree. I'm pretty sure Trump also hates fruits. Lots of similarities.